Some people are still very, very, very busy dealing with what God said and missing out on what He's saying now. Yes, God's word is eternal, but God is also present. Many people are stuck obeying an old instruction that was meant for a season, not a lifetime. They are quoting yesterday's revelation while ignoring today's direction. What God said then was accurate, but what God is saying now is timely. The danger is not in hearing God, the danger is in freezing His voice in time. God told Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, and Abraham obeyed immediately. But imagine if Abraham had said, God spoke once, so I won't stop. Imagine if Abraham had frozen God's voice at the command to kill Isaac. Isaac would have died. But Abraham stayed listening. And at the exact moment God said, stop, Abraham stopped. You see, obedience is dangerous, especially when you stop listening mid process. Now, what about Israel and the manna? Yesterday it was provision, but today it became poison in Exodus 16. God gave Israel manna daily. He said, take only what you need for today. Some people kept yesterday's manna, but what happened? It rotted. The instructions were clear. Just as the provision was real, and as real as it was also time bound. What fed you in one season can destroy you in another season if you insist on storing it. Now, what about King Saul, who was still obeying an old pattern in 1 Samuel 13? Saul knew the old order: wait for the prophet, then offer the sacrifice. But when pressure came, Saul acted on what used to be acceptable, not what God required now. When Samuel arrived, Samuel said, you have done foolishly. Did Saul disobey intentionally? Did he intentionally disobey? The answer is no. He only relied on a familiar pattern instead of a fresh instruction. So, past spiritual success does not guarantee present approval. The core truth is that freezing God's voice in time means continuing an instruction after God has moved on simply because He once walked. God is faithful, yes, but He is also current. The manna that fed Israel yesterday became poison when they tried to store it for tomorrow. Why? Because revelation has an expiry date when the seasons shift. Some people are praying hard, fasting for too long, shouting scriptures loud, yet heaven is quiet. Not because God is silent, but because He has moved the conversation. Discernment is not just knowing what God said, it is knowing when He said it and whether He's still saying it. So, heighten your discernment. Ask God again. Listen again, because obedience to an outdated instruction can still lead to disobedience. For God is not trapped in yesterday. And your breakthrough is not in an old instruction, it is in a current alignment. God bless you.